Hi guys, this is your reading for Thursday, the 28th of December. Thank you for joining me. Let's have a look at what's coming up today. And I'm using the Cosmic Tarot for today's reading. Six of Pentacles, the Devil in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles is interesting because the Six of Pentacles is the kind of have and have not card. So sometimes you're up financially, Pentacles being money and belongings, and sometimes you're down. And we've got the moon here in the middle, and the moon represents the fear of the difference. So I'm afraid if I don't have any money and I have no financial security in my life, and I'm not afraid when I have lots of money and I'm on top of the world, and money and finances have an emotional response in my life. That's what this card is about. So in this case, the Six of Pentacles, he's at the top of the world, so he is not having financial difficulties. He's in a position of, I have money now, and he's really happy about that. But if you look at that from the bigger picture, and we have a sense of freedom because of all the money, he can do what he likes. He can buy a ticket, and he can buy new clothes and whatever. But the problem is that if you let money affect you like this, if I have money, then I'm super happy. If I don't have money, then I'm totally depressed. Then you're setting yourself up to always be at the mercy of your finances. The reality is that money is just a concept that exists in our minds. You know, I mean, we use paper, we use Bitcoin, we use, it's just often numbers on a page. If you try and define what money actually is, it's really difficult because it's simply an energy exchange that people do to exchange value between each other. And it just so happens that we've decided to take money in the form of coins and paper and numbers as the way to identify that value. The real security that you have in your life isn't money. The real security that you have is your ability to add value to the world. So if this guy is super skilled at designing clothes, then he's always going to feel secure and happy, because if he's out of money, or if someone, you know, if his bank manager absconds with all his savings, then he's not going to be, I mean, obviously he'll be disappointed, but he's not going to be totally devastated because he realizes that the money isn't his security. His ability to create clothing and add value to the world is his security, and that he can always make more of that. He can always create new designs that people will love and buy, and he can always make more money. So this card is saying that today, money and finances may be an issue. It's kind of back to reality in a sense. It's kind of back to the real world. You know, Christmas is over now. You may be starting to get credit card bills in the post, or you may even start to think about what you've spent over the festive period and now trying to get back on top of it. The message here is that don't take money as the be-all and end-all, and remember that your freedom comes from your ability to create, and that money is only an illusion in a way. It's just something that we've invented to, like I said, to exchange value between us. So the fact that the Six of Pentacles is upright means that you have that bigger perspective. You're not being governed by fear. You're not in a panic about money. And also that there's an opportunity to deal with your financial circumstances in a positive way and to resolve them so that you can feel a sense of freedom and you can feel like literally you're on top of things when it comes to your money. Okay. The next card is the Devil in reverse. The Devil, very interesting in this deck, is exactly that, is seeing money and the real world and your physical health and your body and your bank account and your savings and your circumstances as your security in life. If you do that, you will be at the mercy of the devil, so to speak. You will be chained up and you will not feel a sense of freedom, which is the opposite of this guy, because look at all those birds flying and he's on top of the world. So the fact that the devil is in reverse, the pentacle being upright, the top bit of the pentacle indicating spirit. So the fact that your perspective is correct and you see your own skills and your own ability to create value, you see that as your security and you rely on that, means that you overcome the ego, which is what the devil is basically. The ego just fills us with fear and it wants us to stay stuck and it wants us to stay mildly miserable. So it says, instead of doing something you love, go and work for some job that you despise but that pays well. And that's what's really going to make you feel chained up and stuck and trapped. If you do something that it has genuine value and that you enjoy doing, then you're going to be free. And it's that cliche of, you know, if you love doing what you do, you'll never work another day in your life. And that's the way, ironically, to add real financial success and value to your life. Instead of saying, how can I earn enough to pay my bills? Then you get into the realms of the ego, and then you start to do jobs that are really unpleasant and that pay you a certain amount, and then you just get by from month to month to month. So this is a day where you really snap out of all of that and you get it and you're like, what is it that I love to do? Oh, I realize now I want to design, or I want to be an intuitive reader, or I want to be a advertising manager, or I want to run my own business, or I want to be an astrologer or a card reader. You realize that today and you get a sense of freedom in terms of, this is how I can add value and that's how I can overcome my financial fears and really be successful in the future and overcome the difficulties that I've had in my life, and to stop feeling so trapped and chained up in my circumstances and in my life. Finally, the Seven of Pentacles. It's interesting that it seems so glum and gloomy in this deck, because the Seven of Pentacles is about harvesting pentacles. It's about harvesting your money. It's about harvesting the fruits of your labor and feeling rich and feeling like I've worked hard and now I'm going to... Usually it's like grapes and pentacles hanging off trees, and it's almost like you're so abundant that you can just pluck the money off the trees. In this deck, it's like everything is ruined. And it's interesting because it's good in a way, because if you think that harvesting money and harvesting finances is going to make you happy, you're going to have a rude awakening. Because if you do make $1 million and you sit there and you're like, okay, now I've got the million, I'm going to be happy, you realize that it's really very empty, and that the vultures are sitting in the back just waiting for you to kind of not watch out and to take some of that money. And also, the money itself is worthless in itself. It's really worthless. The money is only positive in terms of what it can do for you, in terms of freedom, in terms of, do I have the freedom to do what I want? So it's interesting that in this deck they understand that the actual pursuit of money for the sake of money is going to lead you down a road of unhappiness and ruin. This card is in reverse. So what's happening today is that you're not getting huge financial windfalls. You're not having amazing amounts of money coming in. What you're looking at is dealing with your money situation as it is, looking beyond it and saying, this is something I can deal with, and I've got ideas in the future about what I really want to do. That gives me a sense of freedom, and I don't feel trapped and bound by my relentless pursuit of creating financial wealth for myself. It doesn't matter anymore. And because this card is in reverse, the depression lifts, the excessive focus on money lifts and is taken away. And because of that, you can spread your arms and you can be free and you can feel like you're on top of the world and overcome the fear of money ruling your life and being a slave to money, which, you know, you haven't come to this planet to be a slave to money. You really haven't. Money is something that is meant to help you live your life to a certain extent and to meet your needs, but the pursuit of money in itself is an empty pursuit because it will never make you happy. The things that make us happy are a connection, a genuine connection with the universe, love, doing something that you care about, being of service to others. Those are the things that make you happy, not accumulating wealth. And that's what this guy realized, that it's empty and that it's ruinous and that it's not fun. And luckily that's in reverse, and so is the devil. So money has no hold over you today, and you really feel free and liberated. So it's a good day to address your money issues and situations, because you'll be able to overcome them and deal with them without feeling like, oh my God, things are getting on top of me and I'm going to have to take on a second job that I hate because I'm going to have to pay off this credit card bill. No, instead, you're going to look at what is it that I care about. I have the freedom to do that. And the nice thing is that a side effect of doing your life purpose and living your life purpose is that the money comes in as a result. It's like just a side effect of doing something you care about. So don't ever do a job just for the money. Figure out what it is you love to do, and the money as a side effect will be much more abundant and prosperous than if you're working, for Lloyd's Bank because you feel like you have no other choice. 6 and 15 is 21, and 7 is 28. 2 and 8 is 1, or 10, which reduces to 1. And 1 is about leadership, taking charge of the situation. It's like being the magician. And that's what he is. He is determining what he's going to do by himself, independently. He's not asking for permission or letting the world dictate what he's going to do and letting himself be chained up. He is free, and he is a leader, and he's pioneering his own ideas, and that's what's going to lead to financial freedom. So you have dominion over your financial circumstances today, and you're able to alter them and really make changes in the long term by realizing certain truths about yourself today. So I hope you have a great day. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.